Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Thank you so much for being so patient, everybody. I'm back. I'm back. Listen, Storm. If you guys haven't seen my last video, I just did a thing about Porsha lying about giving her mama her house and Simon buying her a mansion. And we did a house tour too, because you know what? I've known that they bought something early December, late November. However, we now know the address, the realtor, and we got all that mess to go talk about, right? I might go back into it. I might go into that video and talk about that some more. But for right now, in the meantime, we need to talk about Storm, right? Porsha's mini me, her baby Porsha, and what was said. If you guys don't know, of course, if you guys don't know, go watch some other videos. After that fight broke out, that to me looked like Porsha literally went off on Dennis for no reason. But we do know that she was actually trying to go after his mom. Dennis moved her hand off of his mom as he should have. And Porsha then proceeded to go all ruck. Now, I will say, before we get into Storm's comments, I will say that I wonder if people find it deliciously ironic, right? That when we last were introduced to Mr. Simon Gabodia, he was pulling Fallon, a golf club, out of Fallon's hand because she was about to crack open LaToya's head. At least that's what her intentions were, for being disrespectful. And Simon was trying to have to do this. I find it odd that he has so much to say about that, but you are now with a woman, right? You are now with a woman that literally is trying to fight her family on national TV. I wonder if that's a special type of embarrassing, right? I wonder. But in any case, Storm then went, as soon as the episode dropped, Storm let out a series of tweets. She let out a series of tweets. Maybe I'll actually put the tweets on the screen because I just noticed how to share stuff, right? Or maybe I won't because I'm lazy. We'll see what happens, right? But my whole point of the matter is she let out a series of tweets. Now, in these tweets, she accused Dennis of sexual harassment, sexual assault, also accused Dennis of physical abuse, physical violence, and also of being a Pedialyte bear. Now, for those of you guys that somehow think that I don't know how to pronounce the right word, yes, I know. English is my native language. I'm saying Pedialyte bear because we beat an algorithm today, right? And it's such an ugly word. She accused him of being a Pedialyte bear. Now, don't nobody type what the word is, but that's what she accused him of being. The whole internet went crazy. I'm about to get into the interview. It's a long one. Storm said a lot, right? But the whole internet went crazy because they were like, what the hell is going on? This just got so dark. 3 things happened that were very telling. 1, Storm got zero got zero support from Porsha. Not a retweet, not a like. She didn't even get a call saying, baby girl, stop it. Dom had enough love in his heart that he actually jumped on Storm's live and was like, girl, get off. On this live, now there's a live and then there's Twitter Spaces. I got the tea on the Twitter Spaces. I know y'all haven't heard it because don't nobody listen to Twitter Spaces. But I'm going to start, right? So when Storm was on live, that's a live everybody's seen, she was saying a bunch of stuff. She was also had a few drinks, but I see why it was probably very, very upsetting to her, right? So listen, Storm's in her 20s. If you can't have a drink late at night when you're in your 20s and make some bad decisions, like, what were you really doing in life? Okay. Was it the best decision? No, but we've all been that age. We've all been full of anger, shame, guilt, whatever she's feeling, right? I don't know Storm's mind, but whatever she could be feeling, and she needed a drink to calm her nerves. Okay, fine, right? So she went on live. She said, okay, she don't care if Dennis sues. She's ready for work, all this stuff. Dom got on live, not her big cousin Porsha, not on live, and was like, girl, please don't do this. Like, Dennis is our family. We got to find, girl, stop it. Right now, to Tom's point, he did not say whether it was true or not what Storm was saying. He just said, Like, stop, right? Stop, because you don't want Dennis to react to you publicly. All right. Again, Porsha did not text her, right? She did not call her, at least not while she was on live, to our knowledge. And she left her out to dry. Porsha's supposed to be dating a very, very wealthy man. Storm's supposed to be her little cousin. I said this in my earlier live, and I'll say it now. Maybe I'm different with my family, but it's the same as if your big cousins had you out at a college party and you're like a ninth grader in high school, right? Yeah, you might be like, oh, girl, what's going on? But your big cousin is like, yo, don't be drinking those drinks they give you. Your big cousin's like, yo, come here. What they say, they want to talk to you upstairs. Don't be going upstairs to them to talk. Your big cousin stands by you, looks out for you, and makes sure that all these vultures and all these predators that are trying to prey on you, they're going to make sure that you're safe and that they're not going to get over on you. Porsha is an OG of reality TV. She knew the way shit was going to go down with Storm. Storm actually addressed this in the Twitter live. The Twitter spaces. We're going to get into what her comments were. But Porsha knew what was going to happen. And even after the fight happened, Porsha knew what was going to happen. But she kept telling people, don't worry, I got this. They're not even going to show it. It's going to be fixed. Now, someone could say Porsha was lying about her being able to fix it and what to do, because Porsha don't even know what to do when her lies are exposed, except for the fact of when we saw Porsha posting on Instagram, her jet skiing, talking about she living her best effing life, right? Which is weird. She's starting to absorb Simon's personality. It's almost like she forgot nobody likes Simon except for her. That's why he ain't got any friends. And I get it. At first, it was a money grab, but then you realize Simon's your only friend, so you keep running back to him, and maybe there's some love. No, because all they do is talk shit about everybody, right? Hey, Grim, thank you so much for the super sticker. But even if you say, listen, Porsha, oh, I'm sorry. I keep calling her Star. Thank you. Audacity of ambition. Who else thinks Tisa calling her Star is cute? Listen, I got to say this. I do actually think Storm has star quality, right? That's going to be my nickname for her, Star. Storm's spicy. Storm's pretty. Storm's funny. And Storm doesn't care. To me, with people like reality TV, that's the type of people that I want to see. As long as you don't lay hands on someone, we cool. Do you see what I'm saying? Same reason I like Dennis. Dennis got a lot of personality. Dennis don't care. Dennis shows enough of the reality. Storm is literally ready to be real. Now we see from the Twitter spaces, the reason why, and I'm about to get into the interview in a second. I just want to set this up. The reason why Storm was so upset is because she didn't know how the camera was going to take her. And she really felt like she was kind of used and taken advantage of. And you could argue if it is. But again, your big cousin didn't take you under the ropes and tell you what to do. Your big cousin didn't reach out to you, like, retweet, nothing. You hawking that go naked here, right? And pampered by Porsha and those repackaged Walmart sheets all the time, but you can't even say anything. And here's the thing. You've got a man that you're saying you owe so much money. I would have, if that was my little cousin, 100%, you would have had money. If what you're saying, we putting that Negro underneath the jail. If what you're saying is lying, you're still my little cousin, and we need to lawyer up to make sure he don't put you underneath the jail. Come on, girl, we got you. Again, that's my family. I roll hard with my family. I really do. You need money to get yourself out of a problem, or you need money to put somebody else in a problem. Regardless, I got you. Let's lawyer up, right? She ain't offer none of that. How do we know that? Because Star actually said on her Instagram live, yeah, but a lawyer going to be like 30 bands, and like Porsha ain't give it to her, and who got money like that? Supposedly the man that she's throwing it in the circle with every single night at a club. But let's just say there's those people, and listen, I don't care what y'all say. If this is you, I say with all the love in my heart, you weird if you don't share your money with your family. If you love your family. If your family ain't never done right by you, okay, fine. But you weird if you don't share your money with the family, because honestly, $5,000 or $10,000 for a lawyer, it's not that much, right? For your baby cousin to keep from going to jail, or to put her abuser in jail, right? No, I'm not saying Dennis did it. Don't put words in my mouth. But I'm just saying the way I would be looking at it, and my baby cousin was tweeting this stuff. Somebody lying. And if it's you, we going to protect you. And if it's not you, we going to make sure the person pays, right? So she didn't offer any money. She didn't offer her any help. She didn't offer her any encouragement, right? She posted the thing jet skiing. Even if you say, so what? Simon's money ain't for her family. Okay, what about her money? Her money ain't for her family. All right, then how about this? How is it the only statement that was made? You just skiing, saying you live in your best effing life. Because regardless if this is true or not, regardless, your family is now irreparably broken. Only two things can be true. One, your child's father committed sexual assault, committed physical assault, and is a Pedialyte bear. In which case, your life and your daughter's life is irreparably changed, and it's publicly irreparably changed, and it needs to be addressed. Or two, your baby cousin, who you put a battery in her back, made up stories about your daughter's father being a Pedialyte bear and all this assault stuff. That deserves to be addressed, because now she might be in trouble. And now your family is also irreparably changed in a public way. Not to mention, you were the cook of this. You were the creator of this. You were the maestro of this. You put this shit together. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, right? And you know, I love being an armchair analysis. That is my thing. That's why I love reality TV. I love watching people. I love studying people. That's my stuff. You put this together. If you guys watch that show, the young Porsha and Simon ain't show up for any scenes. And when they did, bombs went off. The level of toxicity went up by 3,000%. Porsha only showed up to get people fussing at the table, to add fuel to the fire, to bring up new beef, and to force people to do as she says. Even how, from this last scene, Dom and Dennis squashed whatever beef they had, or maybe they don't really have any beef. Maybe it's just like a guy thing, right? The way guys can like curse each other out and be like, all right, come on, I'll see y'all later, right? Dennis and Dom seemed to be cool enough. They drank tequila, they slapped hands. They came back to the table. Dom wasn't even really up to it. It wasn't until Porsha was like, Dom, what he say? And she started hyping Dom up. And somebody was like, why are we even talking about it? Shh. And she was like, don't shush him. When he's saying you shush him. Porsha was sitting there instigating, putting a battery in Dom's pack, telling him to wake up and attack. And that's when Dom woke up again from his little drunken haze and started picking at Dennis. And before you know it, everything actually started. Porsha has instigated every fight, every argument, everything. And the last thing I want to say about the storm thing, if you notice, the fight that they showed now, they're wearing different clothes from the fight that they had when Simon was holding Porsha, because Porsha tried to take a boom mic and hit somebody. That's right. Porsha instigated several fights. She instigated several arguments. And guess what? There was a fight when they came back too. But from what I'm hearing, between her and Mama Gina. Yes, she went back for more because she didn't want to stop. She went back for more. Now, whether that fight was an actual physical altercation, I don't know. But it definitely was a heated verbal exchange, right? I don't give up my sources, right? It definitely was a very heated exchange. Again, every time Porsha was around, watch the show from episode 1. Porsha is the dark cloud. Porsha is the common factor. So when you look at the fact of all the nonsense that's on the show, you instigated, you started, and you did that on purpose because you thought you found an easy way to make money, right? You thought you found an easy way to make money. First, she wanted everybody to look at her new love, and the producers were like, you guys aren't an attractive couple. There's something unbelievable about the way you guys touch each other and hug each other. We just don't believe it. You guys might have the best everything when the lights are off. We don't believe it. It just doesn't look believable for some reason. Then it was like, okay, well, take a camera around for my like jet set lifestyle. But the producers had heard, from my sources are telling me, the producers, it could be said the producers heard that it's just like, this fool don't even, like, something's funny with this fool's money. Let's not get into that. And also, even for jet set, come on. We have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You can't be serious with this Guatemala, Ecuador, El Salvador shit. Like, you cannot be serious with that. No shade. Those are great destinations, but you know what I'm saying, right? Then she hatched an idea in her head. Wait a second. I'll bring both sides of my family together that don't get along. I'll invite people that aren't even family. And you know what? I'll just have them arguing. And every single time we have a scene, she does what she'll do, what she learned to do on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she's been on that bitch for 10 years before she got let go or quit, whichever you choose. She ain't there anymore. And I'll instigate. And I'll keep hyping up and I'll keep instigating. And then boom, these fools will give the drama. These fools will be looking stupid. Me and my man, like she said, I could have been down in a hotel bar getting a drink with my man, right? Your man for now, sweetie. Your man for now. And quiet as is kept from what I've heard. Your man for now, but not always. Your man for now, but not always. Because you should have been worried about what your man was doing while you were on book tour. But that's a conversation for a different day, right? That's why well, you know what? That's a conversation for a different day. We'll wait for that other shoe to drop, won't we? But my whole point is, right? My whole point is, and then we're getting into the Storm interview. She thought she got a better way to build a mousetrap. She thought that her family could come off as looking at like fools because they don't know, and she would produce everything, right? And by produce, I mean at the table, start the arguments, do all this, and then her and Simon would look at like these high class people that had 1,000 hours of therapy and now they're healed. The only thing is, it's like Porsha. Everybody. See, that's the thing. That's why you know Porsha ain't never really gone to therapy. She went to anger management for Real Housewives, but she ain't never really gone to real therapy as far as what I can see. Because people that have actually put the work in, whether you went to therapy or whether you went on a personal journey, they know what it looks like on the other side when someone's done work. It don't matter if somebody's messy. It don't matter if somebody's sweet. It don't matter if they're mean. It don't matter if they're grimy. People that have done the work to rid themselves of their demons know what it looks like in another person when they've done the work too. Doesn't mean you're perfect. Doesn't mean that you're not messy. You just know what it looks like. You know, the same way once you put the time in to truly mature, you then can just tell when someone else is mature because you know what it looks like. You just know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into Miss Stormy Storm, the star, right? Let's get into Stormy Star, the star, right? So where are we at, right? Melissa Washington, you said, I wonder if the establishment Storm worked at had surveillance cameras on the inside that captured the assault. Are you talking about when here's the thing, even if that place, that Storm, thank you so much, Melissa Washington. Let me answer your question. Even if Storm, the place she worked at, which was Dennis's place, right? Even if Storm, whatever she's accusing Dennis of had been caught on tape, unless she asked them to retain the footage in either a letter or an email or some type of written form, when you ask for someone to retain footage, it can be a quick email being like, yo, I'm going to say something. Don't delete the footage. It puts them on notice that security footage could be used in a criminal investigation. It puts them on notice. And what happens is they have to preserve that footage. Now, why do I use the word preserve? Because some of you might know, some of you might not know. Most security footage, even the most sophisticated security footage, it stays for 90 days. And after 90 days, it starts taping over itself, right? So this minute will be preserved for 90 days, but it keeps taping. Now, the more money a company has, and I'm talking about like banks, the Pentagon, state departments, they pay. This is why cloud servers are so important. They pay for cloud servers to take that information and then they store it. So if it stays on the security system, it'll be taped over, but then it's uploaded into a satellite cloud, and the satellite cloud should be secure. So in some ways, people do keep security footage forever. However, that's very, very expensive. Most businesses you're in, actually 99% of all the businesses, stores, retail centers, and all that place you've been into, They're not paying for some sophisticated cloud to hold footage. They keep it on a 90-day loop, right? And if you do not say you need that footage in 90 days, they will not preserve it. So even if it was caught on camera, if Storm did not say anything at that time, the footage is gone. Keep that in mind if anybody is ever being sexually harassed, abused, or whatever. There is a 90-day thing where you want to send an email asking for the footage to be preserved. Okay, Jamie Nicole said, I'm wondering if Amazon and her publishing co. or whoever is seeing any of this and wanting to cut ties due to the show because she does have anger issues and it looked like she connected on dinners. Let me tell y'all something. Porsha runs cons, in my opinion. And this is how I think Porsha and Simon are suited. It's not that Porsha runs cons. It's just the point that Porsha seems to me to always have like it always seems to okay, so it always seems to like it doesn't even matter. Let's get into what Storm has to say. Because we talk about that long enough. It's all bullshit. Anybody that don't see it, no. Okay, so listen. Okay, first of all, she's on Twitter Spaces, right? I took a few notes, right? Now, she is saying that. Okay, so she says a couple of things, right? One, she talks about people are talking to her about why'd you come on a show with somebody that you said is your abuser, right? One of the reasons she said that is the reason she did it is because if you guys didn't know, Storm said that she was a victim of domestic violence by a girlfriend, and she was brutally assaulted in May of 2021. That really broke my heart to hear that. And I don't care what y'all say. I know y'all saying Storm's an adult. She needs to feel the consequences of her actions. Yeah, but there's certain things that jail or being sued into oblivion or all this stuff, it doesn't really help. See, my whole thing is when I want somebody to feel consequences, I want somebody to be a better person, right? I want somebody to be a better person. I don't believe that throwing somebody under jail makes them a better person. With Storm, I look at people that suffer from any type of physical abuse, and especially if it's recent, as having PTSD. So the same way you wouldn't take a soldier off the field and be like, so what? He should have known. He's a grown man. Yeah, but you also have to have compassion. As humans, we're not really that complicated, and we are very animalistic. And just the way an abused dog will literally bite you if you come too close to it, right? People that have been in abusive relationships are PTSD. And during that time, until they can normalize and come to grips with the horrible, horrible, horrible pain they've been through and horror, you can't expect them to think like a logical person because they are a bit loopy. They are a bit thrown off. So I give her that grace as someone that is a victim of domestic violence. She deserves the grace, you know? Anyway, she was a victim of the domestic violence. And because of that, she's saying the domestic violence basically taught her to keep her mouth shut and that she's not worthy. And of course, this is what happened. People put their hands on you and then you got to be around them. The domestic violence taught her that she wasn't, I'm paraphrasing, basically taught her that she wasn't really worth that much. And that's what she decided to go with. All right. That's what she decided to go to. Right now, here's the thing, right? Storm says a couple things. One, that she didn't know that the fight was going to show. She also says that she thought that they were supposed to edit the fight out. It wasn't supposed to be show, and that she was just shocked that it was shown. I believe this when Storm said this. Why? Because I believe that Porsha was in her ear telling her, girl, don't worry. It's not going to be shown. Girl, don't worry. This and that. Girl, don't worry. I'm the executive producer. I got you. I do believe Porsha told Storm and everybody in the family when they were like, listen, I don't know about being in the show because we don't want to go look crazy. And I do believe that Porsha literally went to them and said, girl, don't worry. Listen, grandma, auntie, Aunt Diane, blah, blah. I'm the executive producer. I'm the executive producer, right? I'm the executive producer. And you don't got to worry. I got you. The only thing is, of course, Porsha was lying because I believe she needed to tell people these things to get them on the show. And she knew she didn't really have any power. She knew it, but she needed to tell them something to make the only people that would agree to come on the show come on the show. Because if she had told them that she didn't have that power and that she couldn't really control how they were edited and this and that, they wouldn't have come. I don't see them coming. Do you got? Maybe I'm wrong. They wouldn't have come. So in that point where she was like, yeah, Porsha's EP, but she was lied to and this and that, she wasn't lied to. Storm, I believe Storm was the one that was lied to. Now, Storm does mention, right? Again, saying they were supposed to edit out the fight. I don't know why she thought something that's so great would actually do that. Now, also, she said that Porsha didn't know that the show was going to actually turn into what it did. Again, I think this is Storm trusting her big cousin a little bit more, too much than what she should have. Literally saying that her big cousin didn't know the show was going to be like that. She had to, because in every scene, Porsha was the one instigating the drama. She was the one instigating. Porsha wasn't around for NAM meditation. She wasn't around for anything positive. She only came to storm stuff and then she left. And honestly, I feel like if there was anything true to what Storm is alleging Porsha told her, then when all this shit was going down and Storm was losing it and you just saw all this stuff, Porsha would have been doing more than jet skiing, talking about she's living her best effing life. But again, I get it. Porsha ain't never really cared. That was always us making it seem like Porsha actually cared. Porsha ain't never really cared. She didn't. She don't care. Let me tell you something about Porsha. Porsha don't care if she's shown sleeping with somebody's man. She don't care if she's shown lying, fighting, bucking. As long as we can look at what she has with envy, that's all she cares about. Which is funny because when Simon does eventually put her out, I'm just interested to see what the fall from grace looks like, especially because that's actually what she values. She doesn't care if you call her the neighborhood whore. She doesn't care if you call her low class. And I'm not saying she is. I'm just thinking about insulting things you can call someone. She don't care as long as she can walk around in brand name designer stuff and that she can feel like she got more money. That's all she cares about. And that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But let's get into more stuff, right? She did say that, now here's the thing. She did say that when it comes to on her Instagram live, she talked about like receipts, right? She talked about, I have evidence, I have this, I have that, right? But this is the weird thing where I said, maybe Storm's just very young and she doesn't understand the way the legal system works. And Porsha does, so she should tell her, but she doesn't understand the way the legal system works. She says she has receipts, but she's waiting until litigation to pull them out. And Dennis wants to take her to court, then she'll pull the receipts out. The only thing is with that, and I gotta be honest with you guys, that's such a bad strategy. Storm, and if anybody knows Storm, one, please let her know that she is welcome on the channel to come have an interview, right? My people are super respectful to my interview guests. But two, right? Two, when somebody is threatening you with litigation, you actually want to show them, right? You want to show, this is not a murder trial, but when they're talking about defamation or you lied or this and that, you want to show them that you have proof or copies of the proof because you don't even want it to go to litigation. By the time you guys have to lawyer up and go to court, you've already spent like all this money when you could just literally be like, I'm taking you to court. Boom. I show you my text receipts. And then all of a sudden you shut up because you know it's true. Do you see what I'm saying? So if anybody is watching this and they know Storm, please let Storm know the time to show somebody your receipts is to actually have a sit down with them or even a conference call and then let them know that you do have the evidence, right? If they don't believe you, you can even send a copy, but you don't want too much. But you get what I'm saying. You let them know you have the evidence and you let them know what the evidence is. You just don't give them too much so that they can doctor it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's all I'm saying. So somebody tell Storm, girl, you need to arrange a talk with Dennis or have your people arrange a talk. And if you are saying something that's true, let them know that you have evidence so they don't actually litigate. That's how you want to avoid litigation, not go to court and show it. Okay, so what else did she say? I have so many notes. Now, Storm did say something interesting. She said that Porsha did fight Mama Gina. She said that Portia's hands, her paws, right? Miss Nucky You Buck connected with Mama Gina, right? But then she goes on to say, yeah, but Dennis tried to fight my mom too. Now, here's the thing. My sources are saying a melee broke out. We're going to have to see what was actually shown. Now, the thing is, from even my own two eyes, Porsha started that fight and she wanted the fight to break out. Look at that scene again. Once you know what you're looking for, there's only one exit. They're in a crowded restaurant. Porsha gets up and starts screaming for Dennis, his sluts, and his mom to go, right? At the top of her lungs. Everybody in the restaurant's looking. A lot of y'all said, why did Dennis walk back in front of Porsha? He wanted to fight. No, y'all looking at it wrong. Porsha stood up and blocked the exit. She stood up and she blocked the exit out. The cameraman was standing there by the entrance of the room and back. Porsha went and stood up right where the cameraman was so that nobody could leave without walking by her. And then was screaming, go, 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 at the top of her lungs. Dennis got up. Miss Gina got up. Porsha stood right there. That's why Simon and everybody got by Porsha, because they were like, how are these people going to pass? And Porsha is screaming bloody murder, screaming aggressively. Listen, I'm a calm person. I have not been in a fight since high school. And it takes a lot to get under my skin. But on the fifth go, even my little antenna was like, oh, you're irking me. Oh, that's my nerve. You're standing on it. Oh, you're on the nerve right now. I literally found myself just being like, my eye twitching, like, yeah, you getting on my last nerve. Porsha was looking, and get the thing is, Dennis and his mom still kept it together. They went by, right? They went by. And right when Miss Gina was about to go so that she could go on the stairs and like leave, because they were in like not the private dining area, but kind of like the elevated dining area in the restaurant. That's why there was only one entrance in and one entrance out. Porsha laid hands on Miss Gina. And that's when Dennis activated. Like, girl, you lost your goddamn mind. I don't know anybody alive that would see somebody touch their mother and not react. Man, woman, or child. I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe Simon. I don't know. Would anybody see a man, woman, or child touch their mama and let that go? I can't see it. I really honestly can't. So, right? Anyway, right? What happened? Sorry, guys. I'm getting over a cold if you can't tell. Sorry about that. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, talking shit. Okay. Anyway, so Dennis and his mom still didn't do shit. And when Porsha couldn't get the reaction she wanted, that's when it happened. Now, my sources are saying it also might have been the situation that when they were leaving, Porsha had always planned to mug Dennis behind his head. This is just speculation, but we got to say it. Had always been planning kind of like the mug Dennis, like get out of here, right? Because Porsha's been known to get a little handsy with Dennis, right? However, for whatever reason with Miss Gina, she had enough. And that's when she attacked Miss Gina. And that's when Dennis got involved and he defended his mommy. Now, we got to wait till next week to see what the producers show. Because we all know, depending on which way a fight's filmed or what's going on, what's happening, and also how it exploded. But keep in mind, like I said, that first fight we saw from that trailer November 15th and the fight we saw yesterday, everybody's wearing different clothes. We'll let you know that a fight broke out on two different occasions. Okay, but let's get more into what she said, right? Okay, so she also said that she thought that people could get on the show, like the show was going to be like a very healing thing, right? And they were going to come together. They were going to come together and find like each other and heal. Like again, Storm's like a little bit naive. She's a beautiful young girl, but she's like a little bit naive, I think. And maybe she's not naive, but her big cousin should have had her back more. And I will say that they said that she thought that they would all come together, right? Interesting enough, she seemed really, really, really angry at Londi and blamed Londi for a lot of mess. But again, that could be, in my mind, I thought, because maybe her and Londi had pre-existing beef and it really hurt her feelings. It really hurt her feelings when Londi made that joke about domestic violence and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe they have like a little bit of beef, because I'm like, if you can blame Londi for starting mess, then why wouldn't you blame Porsha? You know? Okay, so let's get into what else was said. Okay. Oh, so she talked about this in, hey, what's up, Donna Roberts? Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, what's up, Zanelle? Hey, happy birthday, Zanelle. Happy birthday. And Rim, thank you. And also, I want to give a shout out to my newest member. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, and Rim, also, this Friday is my members only live. Thank you so much. Join now to get exclusive tea with inside access. You guys, I've been talking about the scoops on Real Housewives in Atlanta. Hold on. I don't know. Is that is that my doorman? I don't know. He'll leave packages outside. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? The whole point of the matter is, right? I'm literally having internal conversations outside. The whole point of the matter is, so in her live, who was it? Storm in her live literally said that Porsha and Dennis, Dennis talked about throwing her 21st birthday party, and she said that was a lie. In this Twitter space, she actually said the exact same thing. She said that he didn't throw her 21st birthday party. And also, he got her like a section in a club or something for her 20th birthday party. Girl, it was the same year. But also, the place that he got her the space was in, I believe, Daydreams. Daydreams is one of Dennis's clubs. So she talk about, you didn't throw me a birthday party, but Dennis, the guy, and this is another weird thing, right? Dennis, the guy that sexually harassed you and sexually assaulted you, gave you a section in one of the clubs he owned. He gave you a section. So he threw you a birthday party. Like, come on. Like, Storm, I get what you're saying, but we're not 8 years old. Nobody throw you a party at Chuck E. Cheese. Like, you get in a section at the club with bottles and stuff like that. Now, that said, I do have to say this about Dennis, right? I don't exactly know what happened between her and Dennis. I really don't. That's actually for them. And I hope to God it's just a big misunderstanding on both their parts and that it's not anything that's serious. I will say that, well, I'm going to wait to get into that because she gets into that. So let me just hold that, right? I will say that my members only live, you guys, in my members only, if you guys are new to my channel, I'm new in these YouTube streets. I've only been here for 7 months, but I am making a splash, baby. And I will say I have a members only live. It's $4.99. It's every other Friday. It's a small, intimate group. You can call, you can chat. We're nice and loving. Is none of that like toxicity. We're super nice, super fun, super loving. But y'all, I bring the best. I be bringing the scoops. I bring the stuff. And it is absolutely amazing. You can cancel at any time. And also the best part is that $4.99, it gets you access to all the archives. So if you like Lone Farm talking, if you like me on lives, if you like this, girl, guys, you have enough to clean your whole house, wash your car, go grocery shopping, go egg your baby father's house, right? Go stop by your new man and laugh about it. There's enough time to keep you company while you're exercising, going to work, going on walks, but the tea is piping hot. Go on and subscribe. You can cancel at any time. The new one is coming up this Friday. I got something special for y'all. I got something special every Friday, but this is actually really going to crack you guys up. It's actually funny and special. So go ahead and sign up. Anyway, listen, where are we at? Oh, She also said that Dennis let her drink alcohol when she was 20. Now, I don't know why she would admit to that, because honestly, hold on, put some lipstick on. I don't know why she would admit to that. I don't like this color. I don't know why she would admit to that, because, oh no, honey, what is this? White refrigerators. Oh no, hold on, guys. I picked up the wrong damn color lipstick and still got the wrong color. Where is my lipstick? So anyway, I said, why would you admit to that? Because that kind of gets both of you guys into trouble. You know what I'm saying? It gets both of you guys into trouble. So honestly, whatever. But you know what? That's literally her word against his. The crime happened. I don't think anybody has any security footage, so we'll see, right? Now, let's get into to meet and please. She talks about when she called Dennis a Pedialyte bear. She talked about when she called Dennis a Pedialyte bear. And she says, right, she actually recants it. She says that she misspoke. She meant to say that Dennis was a pervert, not a Pedialyte bear, right? If you guys don't know what a Pedialyte bear is, what I'm trying to infer, somebody that, children, all right? Somebody that needs to be not even under the jail, 20 feet under in the grave. That is one thing I will stand. All Pedialyte bears do not deserve to walk the earth. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Fight me. I don't care if you mother, brother, sister, father. I don't care if you are Jesus Christ incarnate. I shouldn't even put Jesus Christ in that sentence, but you get what I'm saying. I don't care if you are a new God incarnate on this earth. You going down, right? So she actually says that she should have just called Dennis a pervert, because that's what it is. He was not a Pedialyte bear. He was a pervert. Now, here's the thing. Was Dennis a pervert? I don't know. I wasn't there. And here's the thing. I hope, for everybody's sake, young women in this chat when you were younger, and maybe some men too, we've all, when we were younger, had a pervert boss that was too friendly. It was yucky. They were putting the moves on us. They couldn't stand it. So do I believe that something like that could have happened? Absolutely. I've been the victim of that when I'm younger, and most women have. Most women have. And if you haven't, congratulations. But most women, when they were young, their first, second jobs, they were a victim of that. However, do I know or have any reason to suspect that Dennis is that person? Absolutely not either. Again, I did a panel with Up and Adam, The Grace Report, and Layla Lynn, right? It was really fun. We did a recap Monday. Go ahead and check it out on my channel. We're doing it next week, I believe, on Adam's channel. It's going to be really fun. And then we're doing Layla's channel. Then we're doing Grace's channel. Then back to my channel, depending on how long the show goes. So on that thing, okay, fine. But I will just say, and I want to talk about this with you guys later, but I will just say, is Dennis that type of person? I don't know, because we all know, I hope to God not, right? Because I like Dennis and I like Mama Gina, but I know also as a woman, I'm putting nothing out. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust no ninja, don't trust no Christian, right? Shut up, Christians, are the thing. It's just a joke. But my whole thing is, the whole point of saying that is not to disparage ninjas or Christian. It's to say, don't put anything past anyone. And any woman knows a lot of these guys that you be drinking with and clapping hands with and doing shit with, and you think, oh my God, this and that. They have a woman that says that they hurt or they sexually harassed. So again, and I take what victims say very seriously, but to Layla's point and Grace's point, they made a great point. Now that you've made these accusations, maybe you should tell us more to understand what happened. And it doesn't even matter whether it happened as bad as you said you did. Just tell us, and you don't have any evidence. Why do you feel that happened? But again, I think at this point, Storm should either want this to go away or she wants to deal with it quietly. Again, I don't know if that happened between her and Dennis. If I knew Dennis, maybe I would be defending him. Like when I say knew him, I mean like if he was part of my family. My whole point is, it's like, Storm, you said some shit that you can't put back, but let's see how she starts to walk it back, right? Hold on. She starts to walk it back. So she also said, hold on. Let me get this 1 second. She made this weird thing where she basically said, because everybody was just like, you can't be calling somebody a Pedialyte bear. Girl, what's wrong with you? Don't be calling somebody a Pedialyte bear. Ah, da, 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 this, that, and the third. She goes on to say, bringing up PJ, talking about if PJ was older, would people care? Ah, da, 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 da. And again, I think that Storm thought everybody was upset because they were like, oh my God, so is Pilar in danger, right? Because most Pedialyte bears shouldn't even have their own children around them, all of them actually. And so that's just, when Star said that, it wasn't fun, Star. When Storm said that, it wasn't funny, but it made me giggle because, again, I see my little hothead cousins in Storm. So I hold a lot of space. I just see my little hot-headed cousins, right? Now, granted, if these are true, then Dennis needs to be held accountable. If it is not true, then Storm, you need to publicly apologize to Dennis. Say why you did it, say why you said it, and then this needs to be handled internally in a family. That's what I would hope. That's what I would hope. Okay, so let's move on, right? So then she mentions that she doesn't know Porsha and her mom knew about the issues with Dennis. Now, I get that she didn't know that, but Dom actually told us in that episode the Storm was going around way back in the day telling everybody she couldn't stand Dennis and that she had a real problem with Porsha and Dennis dating. Or not dating, but she had a real problem with Dennis. Now, this is interesting, right? Because when I heard that, I said, okay, Storm, you don't know if Porsha knows for sure, but Dom, Porsha's friend, knew that, right? And if Dom knew that, that means either Lauren or Porsha had to tell you. And we know that Lauren tells Porsha everything. But more importantly, it made me think, wow, that really goes to show you that Porsha don't give a damn about anything but some goddamn money. That literally goes to show you, because honestly, ladies, fellas, come into this circle, right? The year is 2018, right? You meet someone who you might like a little bit. Your little cousin has been going all over the family saying the guy's a jerk, the guy's this, the guy sexually harasses her, the guy does all that stuff, right? And you, with no investigation or not even any questions, proceed to go and find that man and start talking to him and get pregnant 3 weeks later. Yo, Porsha don't care nothing about that money. It literally looked to me with Storm. I'm like, I don't know if Storm is telling the truth about the whole story, but even if Storm feels like Dennis sexually harasses her, so then your big cousin goes and starts talking to him and then has a baby with him. And by having a baby, it wasn't an accident. Porsha got pregnant on purpose. We saw that scene between her, Lauren, and Miss Diane, where she was talking about everything she saw Dennis had, and her legs just started getting more and more open, right? So she actually wanted to get pregnant by a guy for a couple of dollars, and she thought that was Dennis, right? So, I mean, listen, it's a good thing Porsha ain't meet Simon back then, because PJ would look just like Simon, right? PJ would look like Simon. But anyway, let's get back into this. Hold on, y'all. I know I'm off topic, right? Now, some people, and these are me talking to my sources, said, have you ever thought, right? Have you ever thought that what if Storm told everyone he was horrible after Porsha got with him, not before, because that Storm was jealous and then started hating? That could be it too. Again, the truth. However, that could be it too. However, judging from where we see Porsha and where Porsha is willing to do anything she need to do or got to do to get ahead, I don't know. You let that be your own thing. See, here's the thing. If this shit don't work out between Simon, and it won't, you mark my words, it ain't gonna work, because Porsha don't even know. But then again, Porsha don't really, does Porsha care if men cheat on her? But my whole thing with this is, that whole I can't trust my man around you. You guys are some low down hoes that will talk to my man if I turn my head. I know the Kardashians get away with that shit, right? But the reason they get away with that shit is because they're squad deep. The reason they get away with shit is because they're like, bitch, I got 11 billion sisters. I don't care if you ever like me. Y'all ever got to invite us to a party. We like 7 squad deep. They don't really need external friends because the sisters are a clique. The only people that they don't talk to is nobody talks to each other's men. Kim never tried to steal Courtney's man. Courtney never tried to steal Kim's man. Vice versa, this, that, and the third, right? Porsha can't be doing that Kardashian shit because all you got is Lauren. So now everybody knows that you're a trifling mess and you're rolling so hard with Simon because that's all you can. And then Shamia, right? That's it. It's like, who is going? Yeah, I saw the picture with Tanya. Who cares? Who is literally going to actually have you in the house and have you like family, right? When they know what you're capable of and you will do it for nothing more than something so common as money. This is like my dad always said, money is common. Everybody has had it. Everybody's touched it. And honestly, everybody can get it. It's a very common thing to risk everything for. You risk everything for maybe love, maybe your family, right? Maybe your children, maybe your parents. Like you risk everything for real things, not for something as common as money. Money's not worth it, right? So yeah, listen, let's get back to this. Okay, so let's get back into this. Okay, so where are we, right? Oh, they also said that one, they only at most got paid 1,500 per episode. At most. A lot of people didn't get paid. She also said she also agreed with what I told my members only live months ago that the sides of the family don't mix. They don't really get along. So Porsha really did invite a bunch of people that don't get along. Why? Because she wanted to see some messed up, right? Now, here's the thing. Where else? She said, I'm looking through my notes. She talks about how she dealt with depression before. She doesn't want to go back to that dark place. She hopes the show and the social media backlash doesn't put her in a dark place. Listen. Oh, here's an interesting thing, right? She did say that everybody in the family kind of looks to Porsha the user. They look at her as the money. They look at her as someone to be like, hey, can I get this? Hey, can I get that? Now, this might actually be her impression. And when she says in the family, I don't know if she can talk about the Williams side or Lauren's side, because like she said, she doesn't really mess with them like that, right? She does say that she regrets her words and actions. And if she did it all over again, she will 100% try to be, to her, a truer and more authentic self. Now, let's get back into she said about the money thing and Porsha always giving money to the family and everybody kind of like, she's the one with money, so everybody got to kiss her butt. But the Williamses always had money, the Hosea side. And they're really low. Remember I said like keeping up with the Joneses, the Williams are the Joneses. That's how I'm wondering, who's she talking about? But again, I was not in that chat to actually ask questions because I would have been like, hello, Storm, how you doing? You look lovely. How you doing? Which I actually want to see if I can actually talk to Storm. Oh no, I like her quiet Storm energy. We'll see what's going on, right? Let's see what's going on. What else? Oh, now she did say that this show has absolutely destroyed the family. People are not speaking. It ripped the family apart. And she also said, right? She also said that she's taken time away too. She's even distanced herself from the BS. Again, this show pulled the family apart. And again, all these things that I'm saying, that Storm's saying, I actually told my members only live 2 months ago in detail the bullshit that was going to happen on this show. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's see. Oh, so let's talk about the shit. I thought this was interesting, right? She said that People were literally asking her about Porsha and the way Porsha seems like nothing's ever her fault. Nobody ever has to worry about anything. Basically, it was about accountability, right? She did give her comments on Lauren and Dennis, which I thought was weird because you technically don't really know Dennis like that, but I guess maybe you do. Lauren, she would actually know, right? Listen, Storm just wants every single body to get along, but she did hint that one of the reasons why the children can't get along is because the adults don't get along. And if the adults could do a better job of getting along, the family would kind of be healed, you know? But I guess that's most people's family. You can't even judge about that. Where else are we at? Oh, now she did say that no scenes were refilmed. Again, Storm distanced herself, right? Storm distanced herself because Storm did let it be known that after this fight and after this happened, she refused to film anymore. So Storm basically quit the show after this happened, right? Refused to film, but partly because she was really like embarrassed. From what I got, I'm paraphrasing, she was embarrassed about the way that she came out, way she came off, right? Again, this tore the whole family apart. Who was there, right? Now, she did mention, this is what I thought it was odd. Storm wasn't clear on whether PJ was actually on the trip. And the thing is, remember how Porsha was saying, as a matter of fact, PJ was there. Now, this is interesting because Storm did mention that she met Simon's kids and they seemed nice and blah, 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 right? However, I don't know if she didn't say it or maybe she was just tripping over her words. To me, it sounded like she didn't know whether PJ was there or not. And this goes into what Dennis was saying about Porsha was saying that Dennis was accusing her of, basically saying your child wasn't even there. You only bought PJ to film and then send him back home so you go get drunk in the lobby with your boyfriend, right? She did say that even though her and Londi aren't in a good place, she did want to kind of hash things out with Londi and find some peace. But then when she saw the show, she was like, well, goddamn, this girl's talking about me all the time. So she kind of pulled back on that, which is a trap most people have in reality TV. Even when you decide to move over it, you have the confessional when someone's like, and laughing at you. And you're just like, man, okay, here's the thing, right? She did mention that, she did. Now, this is interesting. She did mention that her and her mom actually, after the show ended, didn't speak for a few months at all. Now she says they're all right? But they have a lot of stuff that they need to actually go over. They have a lot of stuff that they need to work through, right? So it's a work in progress, but they left that show and didn't speak for 2 months, right? Now, I will say one thing, right? She did say that her relationship with Porsha is largely unchanged. So maybe Porsha was just doing cap on the camera to make it seem like her and Storm were super, super tight. And maybe Storm was just that little cousin that looked up to her, but Porsha ain't really mess with her like that. But I see why. Because Porsha, anybody watch Real Housewives know this. Porsha spent the better half, right? Porsha spent thank you so much, Donna Roberts and Janelle. I noticed nobody else is sending me super chats, but whatever. But listen, all jokes aside, right? Donna Roberts, hold on, let me make sure I got everybody. Is it room? Oh, hey, what's up, B? What's going on, Mom? I'm just saying hi. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, Rem, thank you so much for that to hit the likes. So anyway, Porsha and I forgot my point. Oh, so she said her relationship with Porsha is pretty much the same. And also there hasn't been like much change. Porsha might have been doing cap just to make it seem like they were literally just a lot closer than they were. I can believe that. It's all to create, like I said, Porsha had a big problem getting people to appear on her show. She texted glam, she texted makeup artists, she texted everybody. A lot of people don't mess with her like that. And the people that maybe would have, in the African community, I don't even say maybe would have, but they don't really, they look at Simon as like a shyster. and like not sorry, I shouldn't have said that word, but they look at Simon as like a fraud. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is one of the things that prevented her from having cast. She did lure Storm in. She did leave Storm out on an island by herself. And it's like, I hope Storm, like, I hope she's okay, but that's really what happened with that. Now, there's a few other things she went on to. She said she wouldn't do reality TV again, or she wouldn't do that show again because she realized, oh, thank you, SS Pride. Thank you so much. Hey. And then also super chat. Hey T, what's up, LA? Dennis and P started dating in 2018. Did he throw the B-Day before her? I Googled Storm Dennis, the most intense windstorm is recorded in recorded history. Well, yes. So the party was shortly before Storm either quit or got fired, whichever one you want to believe. Now, the real gag is, and this is what I would want Mama Gina or Dennis to clarify, did Porsha tell Dennis to fire Storm the same way she told Dennis to fire Lottie? Did she? Thank you, Donna Roberts, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. I'm really, really good. Now, she goes on to insist over and over and over again that Miss Gina wasn't even really defending Dennis and wasn't around. But I will say something, Storm, we saw that clip where you were hiding behind, well, not hiding behind Porsha, but Porsha was standing in front of you. Mama, you didn't know what Miss Gina was going, because by that time, a whole melee. I just heard, knock if you buck, knock if you buck. See, I'm a down, pistol holding. Listen, all I heard was Crime Mob, Princess from Crime Mob talking about her knock if you buck first. And I was literally like, yeah, you like when fights break out that big in a melee, it's impossible to know what is going on. Tony Santana said, Porsha has acted up so much, she took off all my attention off of Simon. She almost makes him look decent. Tony, girl, that was my main annoyance of Porsha. I said, why you got him out here looking thing? Listen, y'all know I keep my foot on Simon's neck, right? However, everybody comes across as looking good. Simon looked reasonable. Dennis looked like he was trying to keep the peace. Miss Gina even looked like, okay, everybody looked reasonable. Porsha looked a hot ass damn mess. But part of the reason, right? Part of the reason why she actually even got to that point is because she's literally, listen, when you give children bad habits, they become spoiled. She literally has had 10 years of production. There are rumors that Porsha used to sleep in production, but she had 10 years, right, of people literally covering up her bad antics. So now she thinks she can act a fool on camera and it will be edited out. It's just the fact that they were like, nah, we leaving it in, right? We leaving it in. So, right? You know what? I wonder if Simon knows that Porsha used to sleep with that trainer that she's working out with now. You think he knows that? I wonder. Word on the curb is, I don't know. Allegedly slept with him, right? Word on the curb. But I wonder if Simon knows that the trainer that Porsha's working out with, she used to sleep with. I wonder. Sometimes things just pop into my mind. Girl, when this shit implodes, but let's go. Good thing that place has a home gym, right? No, when Simon's like, how are you working out for your trainer? There's no gym in the house, right? Because Simon's out working out outside. And Porsha's probably like, Lo, does he know the bedroom's the home gym? Because that's all the trader's going to see. I'm joking. So listen, let's get into it. Oh, Joy said, yes, he knows. I think he knows, right? Because he's probably knowing him. He's probably like, good. Simon's so devious, though. He's a Gemini, too, right? I bet you he does know. But the minute Porsha stops being useful to him, that's going to be the reason why he said that he left her, because he found out she was cheating with the trainer. I bet you he's even put her in situations where she's doing that makes it easier to do stuff with the trainer, right? And that's probably going, when he goes up, he's going to be on Instagram Live talking about something. Hello? Is this thing on? Can you guys hear me? Yes. Porsha has her own money, and I'm leaving Porsha because she's not developed. I've done a lot of work in therapy, and she's not literally. He's gonna be doing the same song and dance, but this time he's gonna say that she was there, and then he's gonna be literally like crying, one little tear, talking about why is other women I'm with at the house. Like, shut up, boy, right? Listen, I'm just saying. Listen. So anyway, also, Storm let us know that the reason it took her so long to comment is because the first time she watched the show was last night. She's been so cringed out by the way what she knows happened on that trip and scared about and nervous about what was going to be shown that she didn't even watch that show, right? Um, she also said that the show was like a really good mirror, right? Um, it made her realize that a lot of old pain she feels from her family not supporting her and not hearing her, seeing it on TV was actually even more disappointing. She does say that she doesn't think Porsha needs a show. That's not true. She does. You know why Porsha needs a show? One, Porsha ain't got any income besides Amazon Live. No shade, right? And those Walmart sheets she be selling. But more importantly, it's also because Simon is with Porsha. Simon is with Porsha because Simon is with Porsha because of oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie Stanley, for the super chat. Thank you. Simon's with Porsha for the fame, and Porsha knows that. So I'm telling you what's happening. They bought that house. Simon's going to see if there's a season 2. Or Simon's going to see if Porsha takes her ass, if she can, back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But from the looks of it, Porsha was training her replacement Drew on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She just didn't know it. So Simon, right, is going to wait to see if there's anything else to get, just like he waited to see if Fallon was going to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And when that shit doesn't go through, he is going to find a way, not even find a way, he's going to kick her ass the hell out of there. Period. Right? Now, listen, oh, and also, this is one thing I want to say. I'm almost getting to the bottom of Storm's comments. There are a lot of rumors on the street in ATL, and these are rumors, you guys, that Porsha knew about Storm and Dennis. There were rumors on the street that Storm actually used to talk to Dennis, and they had a little something going. Again, these are rumors. I don't know if they're true. Storm says they're not. Dennis won't even acknowledge them, right? But a lot of people said that Porsha knew that Storm used to mess with Dennis. But if you think about it, if this is true, Storm was there first. That means Porsha took Storm's maybe man. Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, cousin Tisha. Took like maybe her maybe man. But she says that's why she's always trying to punish Storm for that and play Storm for that, because Porsha has to be the only one. And for whatever reason, she thinks, in my opinion, that she's somehow bigger, better than Storm. So it's insulting. It's like if you knew that your ex's ex was like, looked like dog meat, and he was always calling her beautiful, and you'd be like, what? Are you serious? Anyway, let's get back into the rest of Storm's comments. We're heading to the end, right? She said nobody had any idea that this whole retreat was going to be so horrible. I think Porsha had an idea. I think that's what Porsha was going, because Porsha's been a vet of reality TV so much. When she was screaming at that table, she hoped the way would escalate, and that's evil, right? Now, oddly enough, she did say that Porsha is very passive aggressive. Now, I am paraphrasing. I think her exact thing is Porsha doesn't like to be confronted, but I think that's because Porsha does like confrontation, because Porsha fights. So Porsha does like confrontation. Porsha doesn't like for her hands to be shown. That's the type of confrontation she doesn't like. If you tell her, but Porsha, you just said 2 weeks ago, that's what gets her going. That's what upsets her. You actually telling her the truth, this is me paraphrasing, is what upsets, that's literally what's upset Porsha, right? Listen. So yeah, that's basically, hold on, y'all. Exactly. Basically, She Rock said, at this point, we need a surviving Porsha show. I know that's right, girl. So listen, that's everything Storm had to say on the Twitter thing. She said she has not really talked to Porsha. Porsha hasn't given her money. Nobody really has money like that. What else? Am I missing anything else? Hold on, let me make sure. I have notes. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes. So that's it. So she walked a lot of stuff back. She said Dennis was a pervert. She said he never she said that he was not a Pedialyte bear. And she said that she was actually confusing those terms to the point of, I also think that she was confusing the terms of sexual assault and sexual harass. I do think that she is maintaining that Dennis sexually harassed her. For that, even then, it's like, girl, slow down. And if you have proof, give it to Dennis so you avoid litigation. You don't want to show stuff at court. It's already lost. You've already spent the money. You want to avoid litigation, right? You don't have to send them the originals, but let them know what you have and let them know that you'll pull the trigger if you have to. Just a little legal advice, girl, but don't listen to me, because don't listen to me. But yeah, that's all everything Storm had to say. Again, listen, y'all can say what y'all want. And I know there is a million people on Instagram kissing Simon's ass, kissing Porsha's ass, congratulating on their new house. And you know what? Yeah, congratulations on that new house he's going to kick you out of in less than a year. Mark my words, unless she finds a way to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If she finds a way to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, it might extend it through another season if she don't get sick of his ass, right? But honestly, because I'm a big family person, I love. Listen, the shit she did to her family was just evil. Just evil. Evil. And that's always going to be my opinion. But let me see what y'all got to say. Let me drop the call-in link and see. Listen, let me drop the call-in link. Oops. Hold on. All right. Here's a call-in link if you guys want to call in and chat and tell me what you think of the Twitter Spaces. Again, she did the Twitter Space the day after all this happened. Twitter Spaces do not stay saved, so it was deleted. However, shout out to my followers for actually sending me the Twitter Space, right? Actually sending me the recording, because a few people actually did audio recorded. If I figure out how to do it, I might actually upload the audio recording onto my onto my channel. But I gotta see if I can do it with copyright and all that other stuff. I don't know. You know the way YouTube is, and you know Tisa don't do nothing unless there's a check behind it. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I dropped the call-in link if anybody wants to call in. Oh, look, we got Kimmy again. Hey, Kimmy, how are you, honey?
Hey, Tisa, I had to leave for a second because I just found out I got a job, so that's lit.
Oh, girl, congratulations on your job. Woo!
Thank you.
I know that's right. Congratulations. So I want to say this, right?
Did you guys talk about? Oh, you can go.
Oh no, I just want to read WR's super chat. You said it. WR says, "I'm a new subscriber. What's up, WR? And you're making me laugh on a bad day. Porsha, you made the wrong decision making this show. She's playing these stupid games, and now she's winning these stupid prizes. Listen, I agree with you, WR. I look at Housewives and reality TV, no matter what it is, as sport. And right now, in the same way, people from ESPN can discuss a basketball or football game for 2 weeks and go into highlights and details and all this stuff is the same way. I could look at reality TV and be like, this is fascinating. Look at the offense. But go on, Kimmy. I know you were actually in the Twitter Spaces. So go on. What's your opinion of that?
Did you guys, I kind of like left for a couple seconds, but thank you. Did you guys talk about the part where she was saying that Dennis had like grabbed her by the hair or whatever?
Yes. Now she did say, this was on her Instagram live. She asked Dom, where she said, but did he mess up my lace front? And Dom was like, and she was like, no, but was my lace front ripped off? Was it ripped off? And Dom said, I cannot tell a lie. Yes, your lace front was messed up. However, and then he tried to change the subject. So even though with that, again, we have to see what actually happened next week and what the producers will show. But I do wish that Storm would actually give us more. No, I actually look at her as like a little star. Like, she is reality TV gold. A reality producer should actually get in and get her on, right? But my whole point is, when it comes to that, um yeah, again, let's wait and see. And she was like a little bit on the live, a little bit iffy about like how that even happened, and also if it
Right.
was a
That's why I was
move.
like, I don't know if I believe that part.
Well, here's the thing with Storm. I feel like, honestly, I don't know her, but I feel like she has to exaggerate to feel heard, because I feel like the family doesn't listen to her for whatever reason. So maybe she feels like she has to add, when honestly, what you're accusing him of, your boss being a jerk and sexually harassing you, that is enough for me to pay attention, without you saying he's a Pedialyte beer, or without you saying he sexually assaulted you. With sexual assault and Pedialyte beers, I'm like, well, wait a second. He needs to go to jail. Hold on a second, you know? So I don't know. No, I do. Hey, Niecy. Shout out to Niecy Dixon. If you guys do not know Niecy Dixon, go ahead and follow her channel. Of course, all the ladies from the Ladies First panel. Jamie, that's me. Hey, bitch. You know, you got Bondi Blue. Bondi got that Gemini laugh. And of course, you got Jade Lee's Corner. But Niecy is my favorite Scorpio queen. Niecy said, say it again, Tisa. We are reality TV commentators. You on your job. Yo, Niecy, that's right. It always cracks me up the way people are like, why are you talking about this? Girl, a man can watch ESPN on one team for 7 months. Don't tell me I can't sit here and talk about a TV show when I'm seeing the fall of the Roman Empire. Please. Anyway, so listen. Hey, Kimmy. Okay, so we got Fancy, we got Kaya, and we got Betty. What's going on, y'all? What's y'all weighing on this? Anybody
Good
weigh?
evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hi. Hi.
Hey, Tisa. Hello, panel. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Everybody in chat. Happy holidays, happy new year, and all of that. So, Tisa, yeah, I've been listening to you for since yesterday, and I think that you brought kind of like a whole new aspect tonight with the way that this fight, or the many fights that has happened since this show has been taped, and how it could have been, like, planned by Porsha.
Okay.
I'm starting to think that like a lot of this was definitely planned. Even the whole Storm and Dennis thing. At first, I didn't care much for it because I felt like, okay, this is just something to throw in the pot so it looks interesting. But now I'm starting to feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. And why is there so much talks about, this relationship between Storm and Dennis? In one instance, it's kind of like there's nothing to talk about. And then in other instances, there's like this secret shit going on that we got to find out. So it's just making me think there might be more to this. And it also might kind of be the reason why Porsha decided to get Storm on the show, because she realizes that at some point, whatever went on between them two is going to, like, bring up some organic drama, things that she doesn't have to, manipulate or, put her hands in too much. She kind of just has to put them in the room and just kind of like, just let the shit play out. I'm really starting to think that Storm and Dennis did have something going on.
Do you?
Yeah, I am. Because I mean, there's too much. Even with the way that Dennis goes, "Shut up, Storm." I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's something there. There's like some residual energy between them. Maybe they did date, or maybe they just have, like, maybe they were friends. Maybe Porsha met Dennis already when Storm was working there. I just feel like there's something there. It doesn't really have to be like they were together intimately, but there's some kind of history between them two that they want us to kind of only see one side to it. But in my mind, I feel like there's more to it that we don't know, that they're kind of just waiting. They're waiting for it to kind of be like the big Joker. They're waiting for it to be revealed, and this is kind of like the rollout that Porsha was planning on from the beginning to save her show. She knows whatever it is that happened between Storm and Dennis, and she knows that eventually it will come out, and she doesn't have to be the one to mention it. As long as she gets them two on the show together, the viewers will see it. All the natural things that happens with reality TV.
Gotcha.
You don't think so?
No, I actually think that's actually really, really good point. Actually, I think that's a really, really good point. See, you should be writing. You should be one of the producers because you would have got a better storyline going. You know?
No, I was thinking about everything that you've said so far, and just in the past few lives, and it's like there's no way that this is just happening by happenstance. I do feel like Porsha kind of like thought about all of this, and she's just kind of she has like different things that could set off. You know, it's like I have this. What's going on between me and Mama Gina could set off. Simon and Dennis could set off. Simon and my family could set off. Me and my family could set off. Mama Gina and Mama, you know what I mean? She's like planning all these little kind of like bombs in little corners, and she's just waiting to see which one goes off, and then she kind of like pounces on that and and feeds into it to help her show.
I can definitely see that. And
You
also
guys
the fact that she was saying like she was on the phone with Porsha before she hopped on the live. Like, what were y'all talking about? You didn't tell her what you were about to do?
Oh, that's like my problem, because maybe I'm naive. I took a different approach, because I remember Dennis saying that when he initially got with Porsha, Storm started talking about him. So for me, when he keeps calling her a child, I think he almost sees her as like a little girl who's trying to interrupt him getting with a woman. And now she's still here. And you see that every time there is a conflict, she is always jumping in. Now, yes, Dennis is better about talking to her, but if that is his interaction, and when I try to get with your cousin, you try to play games in between the two of us, I don't like you. Especially now because she's my, baby mama, and I have to be around you. We're at this event, and it's already dicey with the whole Simon situation. The other thing about like Storm, when I can totally respect when like this situation is terrible all around, her being cringed in the Twitter space, but that doesn't exactly line up with the fact that like you didn't the energy she had when she started making the tweets and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't the energy of like I am sad, I'm ashamed, I'm unhappy about being put in this place. It seemed like she was Porsha's attack dog. And it doesn't help that it was following up after Porsha talking about how bad her father Dennis was. Because to me, this episode, yes, they still talk about Storm, but it really wasn't about Storm. So then why is this information coming out now? I could even understand it better if it was like from the first confrontation between Dennis and Storm. But this one generally had nothing to do with her. And then it's followed up from Porsha's initial trying to trash Dennis. So that's why I'm just kind of like, it doesn't add up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
So true.
No, definitely. That it doesn't add up for sure. But where do you think with the Storm, do you think that we should actually hold like forgiveness for Storm?
Yes and no. I feel like she's old enough to know better. Like, I'm 22 right now, and I would never do this. Like, I would never do this unless I was completely sure I had the facts and I had the evidence.
As well.
What'd you say?
I think she works in the hospital. She's a nurse, I think.
Yeah, she's like, I think she just graduated and like she's going into nursing or something.
Yeah.
So like you should know better than to like be doing a lot of this stuff. Like, unless you had complete facts, complete like evidence you wanted to come out and put out. And even in the space, she was saying like, oh, well, I'm not going to put it out until, we go to court. I'm like, well, it's kind of too late to say that. Like, had you said that in the beginning and that's where your stance was, all right. But the fact that you came out and made these allegations and now you don't want to back it up, it's like, you can't just come out and say stuff like that and get people like riled up just to not even like give evidence of it. So I don't know. I do think she should know better at this age than to do stuff like that.
And evidence can be hard in these situations, so like I'm gonna give a little bit of leeway on that. But it's just interesting to me that you're talking about going to court. If you felt that there was an issue and you wanted to head that off, I am like, why not like forcing intimidation? If it was something that was like illegal, you could go to your state, get your state to see if it can prosecute against him. But in this, it does seem like get back. It just, and that's the sad thing.
It does. It just seems like something she wants to do to hurt Dennis. It was like, something like you were keeping in your pocket to make him look bad.
Yes, because if it's true, then I feel like Porsha's still a shitty cousin because that means you're using your cousin's experience as a plot and a ploy against your baby fathers. And also, if it's true, Storm, I know all victims don't want to talk. But if you didn't want to talk for this long, why are you talking now? Because then it does look like you were willing to be a pawn for Porsha. And if it's not true, then this is a whole hot garbage of a mess.
I don't know
I
what to
do feel bad
believe.
for
I
her,
don't know what to
though.
believe.
I do feel bad for her regardless, even if this was
Oh,
a lie,
but
just
here's
based
the
off like.
Here's the thing. When I ask you guys, like, do you think we should hold grace? I don't know how much of it is true. I hope in a weird world, because I don't know, I see my little cousins in Storm, and Dennis is like, I have a lot of respect for Mama Gina. Like, I don't know. I think that I hope it's not true because Dennis is a lot of things, but I never heard him that stuff. But then also with Storm, I see my little cousin in her, and I hope that whatever it is, that it doesn't damage her at all. So when I say this, let's just say, devil's advocate, Storm was over exaggerating, right? Dennis ain't never touched her. Dennis didn't this. Dennis might have sent a few texts being like, yo, what's up? You was looking good in that skirt. Something that was like creepy. Let's just say, devil's advocate. Dennis did some creepy stuff, but the extent, right? No. So, so I don't know. A lot of people were saying they think she needs to be held accountable. She needs to be held responsible. But honestly, when it comes to stuff like this, honestly, what is like the punishment? I think some punishments should be love or
She needs a
hug.
timeout. She gotta go sit in the corner and think about her actions.
But also, it's like if you need love, then it's still not necessarily okay for you to take your need for love out on someone who does have a professional career, because you also have to put in the context. Porsha sells her character as this, granddaughter of a civil rights leader, and she's an activist and Black Lives Matter and like Black excellence. So you have a baby father, he was a trash partner, and that also kind of makes him a trash father in the same sense because you didn't treat the baby mama correct. But he has this, investment portfolio, 11 crew locations, Dream, Hot Tech Factory, Kentucky Taco, all this kind of stuff. And you're okay with your cousin doing this to, which I'm not even about this whole thing, but okay, doing this to a Black man and doing this to the father of your child. I'm like, even if she's over exaggerating, why now? Why not say, hey, guys, like, I don't, it just.
And why doesn't Porsha? Because Porsha has, I don't know, I feel like Porsha has kind of been protective of Dennis. I mean, we've heard so many stories about Dennis already. And until this show started airing, Porsha has always kind of tried to make his image seem good. Other than him being a cheater, she doesn't really talk about him being a bad person. So why would Porsha all of a sudden just be okay with somebody from her family, like, coming out with these kind of accusations about the father of her child? This is really just strange to me. And it is kind of like, it does kind of seem like off the wall, you don't really know what to make of it. You don't know how to grasp it.
I feel bad for her at the end of the day, just based off the fact that, like, I don't think her family supports her at all. And even if she was lying, if I saw my little cousin doing some stupid stuff on the internet, like, I would be there talking to her like, hey, like, chill out. Let's take this back a step. Like, calm down. You don't see any of her family helping her. And she said, like, pretty much nobody's, like, reached out to her to help her with anything. So even if she is lying, I do think that's where I would give her some grace, just based on the fact that, like, it seems like she only, like, does things like this because she didn't have the guidance to begin with. Because, like, if you have family and, like, people who raise you well, you wouldn't even be out on the internet doing stuff like this. And even if you wanted, could accuse him of anything, this is not the way you would have gone about it. So I do feel bad for her on that front. But other than that, I do think she should be somewhat held accountable if this is not true.
Okay. I feel like with Storm, even if people probably trying to talk to her, I don't think she would listen. She doesn't seem like the type, Look at the way she speaks to her mom. No respect.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Versace robe. Is that Vicky?
Hey, Tisa.
What's up? Vicky, this is the favorite ATL realtor, Keys with Vicky. What's up, Aries Queen? How are you doing?
I am good. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mama. What's going on, Vicky? What's your weigh-in on this?
Oh, Lord. I had a lot to say, but I'm scatterbrained, so I forgot.
Aren't we all?
Oh my
Aren't we
God.
all?
But
I got
I
you.
feel like I don't know who said it, but I don't think I'm really like not liking everyone saying that Dennis is a bad guy because he's a cheater. To me, Dennis is a guy. You know, bad guys typically aren't good fathers. So I think that the relationship him and Porsha was in wasn't real either. You know, I think it's something that they tried to make work considering the circumstances of them both having a child together, but he was never really there. He never really liked her. Like, because I've seen relationships like that. I've been in relationships like that before where you really don't like the person, but they're nice to you. We're going to try to make it work. And it always ended up like you find somebody else that you want to be with, or you're digging a little bit more and you end up cheating. I'm just saying
Mm.
things happen. And I think that Porsha is just out of her mind. I'm waiting till next week, but this is something that I don't play. I don't play with kids and I don't play with the elderly. Not saying that she's super old, and I don't play by my man. So her putting hands on Mama Gina like literally infuriated me to the
Mm.
point where I don't understand how Bravo can continue to back her. That to me, that's just insane. It's, Andy said, well, what did he say? This isn't Love and Hip Hop. Yes, it is. It looks just like it. Like the whole show is Love and Hip Hop, on and off.
Mm.
So I don't know. I'm just waiting till next week, but that just infuriated me knowing that just
Mhm.
seeing her face and seeing her actually reach over and hit her, it made me so angry. I couldn't even like say words. Like I'm taking it personally and I have no reason to, but I'm taking it super
Yeah.
personal. That was ridiculous. Isn't mom being like 60? I'm sorry. It's not super old, but it's old enough where you are you out your mind? Like only an animal would do that, but whatever.
I would be afraid that I would like hit somebody's mom and like they'd have like a heart attack or something. Like
Yeah, like how are you
I
hitting
would
an old
never.
People
lady?
get
Oh
hit.
my god.
Old people get hit, and they die from well, not even old people. People, do get in fights. Someone hits their head the wrong way, and that's it. And that has happened before.
Yeah. And the
I
way
think
the way
I
they
think
speak to
when
Mama
you
Gina
said
as well, the
Mama
way they
Gina
speak
said
to
something
her.
to her, but I think Portia did have some pull being executive producer, and I think her pull was keeping Bolo's name off the show. I think that is what Portia
At
is
one power
really
move.
mad at Mama Gina about, because Mama Gina brought up Bolo, and Portia is
Oh my
trying to
God.
move hell and high water to not have that brought up.
Bolo is married
Okay,
though. He's married with kids.
listen, I love that, Vicky. You said I think she had one get out of free card, and she was like, "I would like to cash that in before the season begins." Listen, really quick, not to interrupt you guys. I want to say thank you to the super chat for Kel URL. We have to do a few housekeeping things. Hold on, guys. Also, I met Tori Mason. Tori Mason, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Tattle Tells. Don't forget, my members only live is this Friday. Also, Kel URL, thank you so much for the super chat. We also had a super chat from a few other people. Linda C, thank you so much, Mama, for the super chat. And also, oh, there's Tori. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, oh, Cousin Tisha. Cousin Tisha, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. Where's your little thing, Cousin Tisha? Okay, so back to the antics. Yeah, to what Vicky said. Sorry to interrupt a good time. To what Vicky said. Oh, also, you guys, lastly, there's like almost 2,000 people in this chat. Can y'all hit the like button? Can y'all put it in and make you want to marry me? Come on, shower me with these likes. I'll even start dancing. What? You want some of this? Put it in and make you want to marry me. Y'all, did y'all see Simon? I'm sorry, I just had to.
Did you see him eating? Oh my god.
Guys, do you know Bolo is married?
Listen, I don't know why for some reason, Simon boxing is the funniest thing to me. And I literally sometimes like, is Porsha trying to troll Simon because she knows he looks stupid and she wants us to laugh? Or is she just like, no, he looks sexy. But when you be seeing those peepaw feet out there, like, because you know peepaw, right? When it's like in their mind, they'd be like, right? But in real life, it'd be like,
He's a mess.
It looked kind of tired.
He's a mess.
No, what had me crying was on the show, like on the episode where they cut to him eating that pasta, whatever he was eating.
Oh my
Eating that
What
pasta.
The
on?
way
just
he
engaged.
used his food. Oh my
Simon was so
goodness.
hungry.
He was not even
He
know
was
the drama.
starving,
He
okay?
was worried about
Everybody
the
was
food.
arguing, and Simon had a face full of pasta.
His neck was down, not even like sitting up, he was
Like in
down
the
on the plate.
plate.
listen, and let me tell y'all something. I'm that resident person. I see myself in that. I'm that resident person. If there's food around, my face will be in the plate and be like, huh? What happened? I mean, I'll be listening with one ear, but I'll be like, yeah, come on, right? But yeah, Simon really enjoyed the buffet breakfast. He really enjoyed that unlimited thing. Like, yeah, Simon enjoys his
He
food.
enjoys food.
His head was down in that plate. Like every scene. And again, I'm like that if we went out to dinner, not if I'm on national goddamn TV talking, it'd be like, can you get this?
The way he kissed Porsha as well. Oh my God. The way he's lit.
But also, how is he handling this? Because I was under the impression, like, yes, he wants to be on TV, but like, doesn't he want to be leading cast, the star, and that's not happening here at all? Like, sometimes I forget he is here until he opens up his mouth and says something. So I don't like. Is this? I think he's gotten what he wanted, but maybe not fully. Because I don't think he imagined, people calling for Dennis to have his own show. I don't think him nor Porsha.
I think you're right about that. I didn't see Dennis being the breakout star. I really didn't.
Mm.
So, I mean, on that thing, it's like, who could have saw that coming? No one did. And
Exactly.
honestly, if Porsha and Simon weren't on that show, the show would still continue just fine. Seriously, the show would continue. Even to actually see Star and Dennis come together again. It'd be fine. I'd be fine with it. Michelle Renee said, so if Storm and Porsha are that close, why did Porsha even entertain Dennis? Surely Storm would have told her 3 years of problems. I think she did. I do believe, because Dom said that Storm was complaining about Dennis, but Porsha literally smoked hookah and swam in a pool for a woman's husband. You really think she cares about stepping over her little cousin to get to the bag? For every man Portia's been with, by her own account, the men she's told us about in a book have either been engaged or married.
Even Bolo is married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Simon don't care about all that. I mean, Simon. Porsha don't care about all that.
Also, when it comes to like Dennis hosting Storm a party, whether it was like her 20 or 21st, the only contradiction for him is like the cheatation, going back there and working when he didn't know. But I personally don't think it's that crazy for him to be throwing parties for his employees when he runs a club. Because I'm just like, when I was in college, I would get reached out to, hey, we have a table for you. So if your employees are pretty young girls, it's nothing to be like, I'll give you a table for your birthday. Make sure all your friends come here, and the boys will follow, and everyone will buy drinks and buy food here.
Especially if that's family.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they were family at that time, but even if she was just a cute young employee and her birthday was coming up, I don't think. I mean, Lisa Vanderpump throws engagement parties for her people at her home. So I just didn't think it was that crazy that he would throw a party for one of his employees at his club.
What I think is, I think Porsha did know about everything that Storm said, or whatever she told her behind the scenes, but I don't think they were close. Because if you look at Storm's Instagram or whatever, like maybe not as of now, but at least a couple weeks ago, I checked her Instagram, like, and you know how you can see who like tags you in posts and stuff. There was only 2 pictures that Porsha had ever tagged her in, and they were from like 2014 and 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like, if y'all were close, I felt like y'all would have been like maybe they just didn't show it on social media, but I really don't think they were that close up until maybe all of this stuff started happening.
Yeah, again, I think Storm always admired Porsha, and Porsha used that to persuade Storm. and her mom to come on the show. But I do believe that EP title, one of the reasons she kept throwing it around, to what Vicky said, girl, it was impossible. But she used one of that EP titles to literally give them a false sense of security for them to come on the show. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. So, but listen, all jokes aside, you guys, I got to go stick my face in a plate of pasta, right? Dinner time. One day I'm going to get so comfortable with y'all that I'm going to be choking on my food, be like, that's a good point. Keep going, keep going. Listen, Vicky, Mama, thank you so much for finally calling in. We got Betty. I love that. You said the Versace robe GoFundMe. And then thank you, Betty,
Yep.
Kaya, Anthony, and Kimmy. Thank you so much for joining me. And also my little Tattle Tells. I'm going to try tonight to recap that Tasha K interview that she did with Martell's mistress, because it was so good. I love watching Tasha K's interviews. Tasha K is a master of interviewing delusional people. And maybe we're all delusional, but she be in her bag when she's interviewing someone delusional, just in her bag. So yeah, it was a really good interview. So much. I am going to start reviewing Love and Marriage, all of them. But in the meantime, I'll talk to y'all later. Go ahead and check out my lives. Watch the videos on my channel. They're really good. And also let me know what you think in the comments. All right, my little Tattle Tells? Talk to y'all later. And thank you again,
Bye,
ladies.
Lisa.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night,
night.
Bye.